Hello, friends. Welcome to Level Up with Debbie Neal. I am your host. There is nowhere I would rather be than right here, right now with you. This podcast is all about leveling up in all aspects of our lives. Thank you for being here. I am so grateful. I'm excited to be on this journey with you. Together, we are leveling up. You ready? This episode of Level Up is brought to you by Transistor.fm. You want to start your own podcast? We use Transistor.fm to publish each episode of Level Up, and they help us distribute it to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and more. It can seem complicated to launch a podcast, but Transistor makes it super easy to get set up and start posting. They also give us stats on our most popular episodes. I love tracking the analytics and seeing which episodes you guys are loving the most so I can create better content for you. So if you have a podcast idea and want to get started, you can use Transistor as your host account, and you can get 15% off your first year when you sign up at transistor.fm/levelup. transistor.fm/levelup. Again, that's transistor.fm/levelup for 15% off your first year. Hello, my Level Up family. Last week we spoke about action, and action is the key to success. The more action we take, the more progress we make. So we're going to switch gears a little bit. You know, a few weeks back on my Level Up Instagram page, I asked some of you amazing people for some suggestions for upcoming topics, and this topic came up quite a bit. So before we even go into the topic, that reminds me that I just want to talk about Instagram for a second, because if we are not yet connected on Instagram, I would love to connect. So on Instagram, I'm levelup.debbieneal, and then I have a personal account, which is Debbie_Neal. And I love when you share your ahas. I love when you share your suggestions. So I welcome all of that. Okay. So this week, we're going to be talking about building success and building a family. And so I'm using the verbiage building a family because we don't just have a family, right? We build our family. We build memories. We build love. We build relationships. We build values. We build belief. And this is what I can tell you too. As you build your business and your success, you're going to be building all of those things for your family at the same time. So I would love to start off by sharing my story and my experience with all of you. And some of you may know it already, but I just love stories. So I'm going to say it again because some of you might be here for the very first time. Okay. So some of you are new and I'm going to share it again. I have been an entrepreneur for 15 years. And I want to backtrack a minute, okay? Prior to me being a parent, prior to me having a family, I was one of those women who thought, I am always going to work. I would never want to be a stay-at-home mom. Now, clearly there wasn't personal growth in my life because I was already judging, right? I was driven. I was competitive. I loved the drive. I loved the interaction. I was a six-figure income earner. However, if you divided like what I did income hourly, it felt like I was earning 63 cents an hour. I worked a lot of hours. And with those extra hours, my salary remained the same. I happily did it because I loved what I did and I was excited to grow and excited to evolve and learn inside of my profession at the time. But I want to tell you, all of that changed the minute I held my firstborn baby in my arms. Brooke was born and life as I knew it changed forever. So I worked in the work environment that I had 3 months maternity. All I could do was count down the days. I wanted more time. I wanted more choices. But here's the thing. I didn't build choices. I didn't build for this. I didn't plan for this. You know, you might be something I'm always going to work. Gosh, but what if that changes, right? Our house, me back in that day, our house ran on 2 incomes and I enjoyed every second of my 3 months maternity. And at that time, I also cried counting down. I was blessed. So my mom at the time lived about 2 miles from where we lived. So I was so blessed that I had my mom to watch Brooke. But you know what? It still wasn't me home with Brooke. I knew that she'd be so well taken care of and loved, but it still wasn't me there with Brooke. I so deeply wanted that time. I no longer saw my job the same. I was gone from my home for 8 to 12 hours a day. Whatever made me think I could love that. Now you may. Okay. You may have a profession or a job and that's what you do and you love it. That doesn't make us one parent better than another. Okay. We're all different. I'm sharing my story. When Brooke was 18 months, I was pregnant with my second child, Tyler, and I walked away from my job. Now, here's the thing. On paper, we could afford to run our house on one income. And I say on paper because you can make a list of your expenses. It might be your mortgage, your utilities, all those different things you could write down, but it's all the extra things that add up quick. So it might be the dinners out, the taking in, the get-togethers, the birthday parties, the stuff, like tons of stuff. And after a few months, when I was home now with the kids, we realized that we needed more money in our home, but leaving my babies full time was never going to be an option for me. My time, now that I had that time, my time was no longer for sale. So what I did was I decided to watch children in our home. I was actually watching 7 kids under the age of 5. And then when Tyler was 3, I got pregnant with twins. So guess what? My expenses went up, but also my deep desire for more went up. But you know what also awoke in this time? So here I am thinking I would always want to be a stay-at-home. First, I would never thought I'd be a stay-at-home mom. Then I was home and I was like, I'm living my dream. But I'm going to tell you what happened after a few years. My hunger, my passion for success, my desire to grow and evolve. I wanted nothing more than to be home with my kids. I added more income by watching kids, but I wasn't living the life that I was dreaming about. I wanted more. Do you want more? Okay. Then my life changed. I was presented a business, a lifeline. I was praying for something. I was manifesting my dream life. I journaled my deep desires, and I'm going to share some of the things that I was journaling before I had anything to do with being an entrepreneur. Time freedom, financial freedom. Financial means to travel, to be able to pay for my children's college without loans, a bigger home, a second home, vacations, going out to eat, enjoying all of the things that we can create in life. And I started a business. Okay. Now we all start businesses for different reasons with different goals. But before I even get into this story, you know what I want to let you know? I built my business with my family. I want to let you know and give you permission. You can too. My goals were huge, and I'm here to let you know that you can build a very successful business and be a present parent. I started my business for my family. My life was busy. We had stuff, a lot of stuff, right? My children were 6. Brooke was 6. Tyler was 4. Bailey and Ryan were 1.5. I was watching 7 kids under the age of 5. My husband at the time worked full time. I didn't have the time. I made the time. I made my family a priority, and I made my business a priority. And you can too. So here's a piece of advice. Never use your family. Never use your children as an excuse. Make your family your why. When we lose sight of our why and we make them our excuse, we lose our way. We lose our way when we lose our why. Okay. So here are my 5 tips to build family and success at the same time. Because I can tell you this, I'm so grateful that I did. I'm better for it. My family is better for it. Our lives are better for it. My mind is better for it. My health is better for it. Everything is better because I decided to do both. Because for me, becoming successful wasn't just about the income. It was about becoming who I was meant to be as a human, which trickled over into every relationship in my life. Okay. So you ready? Here are my 5 tips. Number 1, enroll your family in your vision. When I jumped in, When I started building my business, I sat my family down. I let them know why I started. I let them know my vision. I let them know how big this was. I casted a vision that was big and it was bold and it was powerful and it was exciting. Communication's everything. I let them know what was in it for them. They are my team. They saw that it was important to me and they felt the excitement. And, my children were little, but with every big goal that I went for, like there was something in it for them. So when mommy achieves this, you're going to get that. And for Tyler, it was Legos. With Brooke, it was drawing things. Bailey and Ryan were 1.5. They wanted Cheerios or chocolate, but like and people could say that's bribing. That wasn't bribing. When I'm out building my business, there are sacrifices. There were some time sacrifices, right? And so when I was home, if maybe Tyler knew when I achieved this, you're getting a Lego set, he'd be like, Mom, why are you home? Why are you home? Like, you need to go out and build this business. So they held me accountable. They were my cheerleaders and my accountability partners. But the only way they could hold me accountable is if I was really clear with my vision, my goals, and what I was looking to create. They knew exactly what their mom was doing. Number 2, treat your business like a business. Your family will treat your business like you treat your business. I started my business for time freedom. However, freedom isn't free. Freedom is not free. It always comes with a sacrifice. So I loved the flexibility, but I was also on a mission. I was a boss, my own CEO. There were things that I missed. In fact, there's a game tonight. My daughter has a basketball game. I love watching my Bailey play basketball, but the game is at 6:00. It's about 40 minutes away, and I'm launching a new business builder at 7 p.m. I communicated with her this morning. She understands. I'm sure she's not happy. I'd like to think she loves when I'm in the stands. I'm at most games. She knows what my business does for our family. She knows I don't miss a game to treat my success like a hobby. I miss a game so I can be at most games. And so we can live our very best life as a family. So schedule it. Remove distractions. Work like you have a boss. If you treat what you're building as a hobby, you will have a hobby. Delegate housework. Hire someone if you need to. I did. She was brilliant. I had an au pair 1 year, Julia. She was amazing. And then we had Jessica that lived with us, for, I want to say 11 years. She was an angel. She's still my family. We can't even wait. Well, now my kids are older, so we just want her to come back and visit. She's like the best second mom. And you know what? I didn't hire somebody because I could afford it. I did it because I couldn't not afford to build my business. So I wanted to help. I wanted help with the mundane so my time could be spent on quality time, right? So kids produce a lot of laundry. Cooking, the kids' sheets, all that stuff, I got help. And you know what happened? It freed up my time to build, right? I worked and I held myself accountable to pay for the help, but to also build my business. And delegating and prioritizing makes a huge difference. It allowed me to treat my business like a business. It allowed me the freedom to travel if I desired to build my business. Yes, it costs money. However, it would have cost me time and money if I didn't. I wanted to run. I had a huge vision. I wanted to expand and change my family's life. So I treated this business like a business. Number 3, live in your word. So you're casting your vision. You're setting your goals. If you say you're going to do something, let them see you. If you say you're going to earn something, let them see you. You are setting an example. They will value what you're building, what you're creating by the results that you create. And I want to share a story. I might have shared this on another podcast, but it just hit me. Okay. So I was one time speaking in Canada, and there was, I might have told this a while back. I don't remember. I delivered a keynote, and afterwards, there was a lot of people waiting online. I want to say it took us 2 to 3 hours for me to meet people, and whether it was signing something or taking a picture, I really felt amazing. Like I felt like love, and I felt awesome. It really felt awesome. And my daughter at the time, who was like I don't know, 9 years old, 10 years old. She came with me to Canada. And, after like the first 45 minutes, it was amazing. And then after that, she was like, oh my gosh, I'm hungry. I want a snack. Let's do this. And then so we waited till the very last person was there. And then we walked away and she's like, Mom, like, what's the deal? Why were all of those people waiting to talk to you? And so then like that ego kicked in a little bit. And I was like, sweetie pie, your mom has actually created like a pretty big business, like to some people, what I've done is pretty impressive because now I'm trying to pat myself on the back. And she looked at me, and this is where the value of the story comes in. She looked at me and she goes, Mom, I love you, but all you are is a mom who did what they said they were going to do. And I was like, that's pretty powerful. So with your family, talk about your progress daily, share your wins with your family. And trust me, there's not always going to be wins. My family saw me set goals, work to achieve them. When we don't live in our word, when we aren't working and doing our best, you know what happens? Guilt creeps in. Guilt, because like the time we're away working or doing whatever, we're not really moving forward. And then when we're with our kids, we're thinking about the business that we're building, that we're not really moving forward. And then we start to feel guilty, right? And guilt is the lowest form of energy. When you are intentional with your time and creating results, you are a better parent. Number 4, be present wherever you are. You can still love your children and build a very successful, whatever it is you're building. For example, for my children, when Brooke was little, coloring was really big. Drawing, coloring. Tyler loved it also, but his love language was Legos. You guys, I set that time aside. I would say we're going to color for an hour at this time, or my kids loved playing in the kitchen. Did you guys have like the plastic kitchens, the wooden kitchens, and your kids would take the food order and they would serve you food? Oh my gosh, I miss those days. Okay. Or play kitchen for 30 minutes at this time. I kept my word, and we did it for whether it was 30 minutes or 60 minutes. And you guys, when you have that kind of intentional quality time, it's worth so much more than I'm home, but I'm doing laundry, I'm cooking, I'm working, I'm trying to do 15 things at once, right? And then I went back to work. When I was working, my family knew it. They respected it. If there was a call that I was doing, they all knew it. I communicated my schedule. And guess what? When you're creating momentum and urgency, there's going to be things that aren't on the calendar that come up. If I got in the car with my kids and a call came in, everybody knew to be quiet for a few minutes. They were my team. We communicated. We were on the same page. Number 5, stay focused. Remember why you are building whatever it is you're building. Fall in love with your why. Fall in love with your vision. You can have fun growing a family and crushing your goals. Stay focused on them. Be intentional with your time. If you've scheduled yourself to work. Take action. Get into activity. An hour focused is so much better than 3 hours interrupted. When you aren't focused, you're attempting to do everything. And instead of achieving, you're doing a little bit, but be clear on your goals for the day and do them. Schedule them and hold yourself accountable. So what I want you to know, you can be wildly successful and build a family. You can be a professional and a parent. You can build multiple streams of income and be present. You can be a boss and have a beautiful family. Be intentional with your time. Commit to leveling up. You want to know what makes us feel bad or unsure that we can do both? When we aren't taking steps forward to grow. We feel guilty because we aren't doing what we said we were going to do, and we end up using our why as our excuse. Don't make your family your excuse. You can build a life of your dreams and build your family. You're setting the example. And there are so many benefits to building success and a family. And that's your choice, right? So here are some for me for building both. My energy, completely different. My why, crystal clear. My personal growth, the time I invest to become the better me, to build a bigger business, I become a better family member. I'm a better team member, I'd like to think. The trips that I've earned from my family, like I close my eyes whenever I feel like I can't do it all. And I'm like, yeah, you can, because there's a trip there that you can earn for your family and take them on. I'm obsessed with creating memories. Whenever I was tempted to say, it's just too much, because you guys, I'd be lying. There's some days, like I don't have any help anymore. My kids are older. I do the laundry. I do the cooking. I do the dishes. I make the beds. I'm building a dream. I have a business. I do a podcast. I do a lot of things. I have a lot of hats, right? And every now and then I do, oh, this is so much. I can't take it. I do everything. But then I'm reminded of a few things. Number one, I actually love it. I love it. Serving my family, cooking for my kids. Like if you follow me on Instagram, especially on my regular, not on my Level Up account, but on my regular account, I'm posting all the food I make them. So like I love that because I have become successful, because I own my time, I have the time to make my kids grilled chicken and brown rice for lunch and all the different things that they want. So these are the things that whenever I get flustered or I feel overwhelmed, I close my eyes and I think, how blessed am I? I don't have to. I get to, right? I think of college. So as I was really growing my business in like the crazy years and I felt out of balance or I felt uncomfortable, I would think to myself, Deb, like my vision, my goal is to pay for my children's education and for them not to have any student loans. And that got me back to work. It was a friendly reminder. I got focused really quick. My mindset is so different building a family and building a business. My conversations with my family is about abundance and growth and prosperity and success and being limitless. My children believe they can do anything. You are ready to create the next level of life for you and for your beautiful family. So next week, we're going to be talking about how we rise by lifting others. So wishing you all an amazing week. Love you, my friends.